Warning, Shut Up Let's Talk contains some rad but heavy language and adult themes and may not be suitable for audiences under 18. Viewer discretion is advised. What up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome, everybody, to Shut Up, Let's Talk, episode 103. Hanging out tonight with I.Just.Make.Art, a.k.a. Mike, a.k.a. Tattoo Mikey.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
Thank you for being here, brother. How are you, man?
I'm good,
Good to see you, dude.
How are you?
Good, man. Life is good, man.
That's awesome.
Life looks like it's been good to you, too, bro. Like, you've been putting in work, dude.
Trying, bro.
Been putting in work, man. Okay, so I kind of gave it away when I introduced you, but yes, you're a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it for, I read in the post, 10 years already, bro?
10 years, man, since 2009.
That's crazy, dude.
Yes, sir.
Time. Well, number one, you're reminding me that time also flies.
Oh, for sure.
Like crazy. So first of all, I can't believe that it's been 10 years that, I can't believe 10 years in general has passed. But, man, it's funny because I think back, we've known each other for a really long time.
Dude.
Since elementary school.
I was actually just telling my girl that, I don't know if you remember, but the first time I met you, I thought you worked at the school. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember it now, yeah.
Yeah, right?
That was so funny, man.
And you were like, dude, I'm a student. I was like, oh, shit.
Dude, I had a beard.
You had a fucking beard, bro. We're like 4th grade.
Yeah, it's true. I had like a full-grown beard,
Dude,
and it was...
That shit was fucking gnarly. It was hilarious.
It was amazing. Oh, closer to the mic? Okay, yeah.
Closer?
There you go. Actually, and you also just reminded me, the AC's still on.
Oh, okay.
Which, let me also do that. I'm sure everybody on Spotify right now is just like, oh shit, it's so quiet. In the car, you just when you notice.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, yes, we've known each other for a really long time, dude. 5th grade, man. They used to call you Steven Seagal back in the day.
Steven Seagal with the slick back ponytail.
Amazing ponytail,
yeah.
dude. Horses would have been jealous, dude. I swear to God, dude.
That's so funny.
It was amazing, man. Nah, it was good times, man. I think about those times. They were such innocent times. We went to this...
pure as fuck.
Right, dude. Especially
Pure
the school we
fuck.
went to. We went to... Well, it doesn't matter where we went to. But the school that we went to... it was a very innocent place, man.
It really
like,
was, dude. It was really nothing crazy going on ever.
No. You know what I mean? I remember, like, people wearing baggy pants was like, ooh.
Oh, yeah. Bro, I would get detention for not fucking tugging in my shirt,
Oh,
dude.
man, yeah. They were trying to enforce these uniforms back in the day. And
I wasn't having that shit.
It was a very interesting place, man.
Having that.
So anyway, man, fast forwarding from elementary school and stuff, man. Like, I remember when I used to draw back in the day, right?
Yeah.
I remember you used to ask me, like, man, like, how'd you get to that? How'd you get there? Like, how'd you figure all the stuff out? And I was just like, man, it was just practice. I didn't even know. It was just something that was so fun for me.
Yeah.
Man. And bro, I look at your skill today. You're fucking amazing, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, dude.
Bro,
That's a lot.
You're killing it, dude.
Thanks, bro.
You're
I'm trying, dude. I really am trying.
Got the game in a chokehold.
Just trying to make sure that, I have a future, bro. G shit, man. Because it's really hard to...
Well, you're building it, bro.
It's really hard to maintain yourself, straight hustling, just making all the money yourself, not clocking in, not depending on anybody, so.
How'd you learn that, you think? How'd you learn the discipline of scheduling? Because that's where most people fail.
Honestly, man, I don't really feel like I have much discipline, bro, unless it has to do with, like, tattooing or, like, studying drawing or something like that. Like, that's honestly the only thing I really have discipline for.
That's amazing. Well, I was thinking about it because I was looking at all your posts, and you had to make a new Instagram account, didn't you? Because I could have swore I've been following you for a long time.
Yeah, I had to make a new one just because I had a lot of people that were following me on there that I had no idea who they were, and it was just weird. Like, there were more of those people than the actual people that I knew. So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna just start fresh.
But that's not everybody has that.
Too, though.
That was a while.
Yeah,
I remember that was because when I went back to this Instagram post, the earliest post was 2018, and I was like, nah.
Yeah,
I was like, I've been following you longer.
No, yeah. I usually too, like, after a certain amount of time, I'll refresh everything out, like,
that's smart.
Put like new work, just
that's
things
smart,
that represent what I'm doing now, So
I like that, man. Well, that's cool. It's interesting that you look at your work as like a seasonal thing that it grows with you. You know what I mean?
Forever, for the rest of my life, I'm growing more and more and more. As long as I just stay consistent,
How'd you get into the tattoo thing, first of all? Because I remember,
I got into tattooing, honestly, through I had an ex-girlfriend and her best friend wanted to get a tattoo. And she just asked me one day, like, yo, like, would you be able to do a tattoo on me? I've never done a tattoo. I was like, fuck it, probably, if I had the machine.
Wow.
And then my friend at the time was friends with her, or no, was dating her. And then he brought me a machine from some dude that, like, got locked up in prison, that was living in his dad's efficiency and shit.
Not going to be needing this anymore.
Yeah, so he just gave it to me, dude. I was like, all right, fuck it, And
it's amazing.
I did, like, a little tiny-ass heart, like, right here.
Oh, that's cool.
Fucked that shit up. Fucked it up, dude. That shit, all kinds of fucked up lines, crooked fucking. Think about it. It's like two perfect curves, So it's like
that's
first
so,
tattoo.
That's
never
really
done
difficult.
Shit. Yeah.
That's what. And it was like freehand and stuff. Like you did it freehand.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
I just did it. Like
that's wild.
But she loved it, dude. She
really
loved it, and that's when I was like, dude, this is fucking crazy. Like, I can't believe she really likes this shit. So I don't know. I thought about it like. Maybe if I stay consistent, I do it good, I just keep getting better and shit.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get a lot more than just like, oh, she likes it. So,
dude, so what is it that kept you pushing? Like, was it the reaction of the people, or was it the work itself mixed with the reaction? Because it's like it's a double
honestly,
effect,
man.
right?
What's making me kind of like be a little bit more consistent on my work and stuff is just the oversaturation of tattooers that there are right now. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people doing tattoos. A lot of people, there's art graduates that leave art school and start tattooing, and dude, they're doing fucking color portraits like their first year tattooing and shit. So
that's hard.
It's hard, dude. You gotta compete. You gotta look around and be like, damn, there's some good ass people around me, so I gotta.
What do you think makes
your
your
fire
art
under my ass?
What do you think is your style of art? Like, I couldn't place it necessarily because you do so
Honestly,
many different pieces.
Yeah, man. Like. I feel like if I were to break down what my style is, it would be a mix of every style.
Yeah, no,
together, you know what I'm saying?
That's what it is, to be honest. That's the best way I could describe it, too. Because you do everything from portraits to, I can see you do kabuki masks, and you can do everything, dude. You can do everything.
I love doing Japanese work. Japanese work is my favorite to do.
Yeah, the kanji masks and all the crazy stuff that they have out there.
Shit, yeah.
No, the Japanese, it's funny. I don't know what it is. Well, sorry. I do. As I said, I don't know what it is. I realize I do know what it is. The Yakuza, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Japanese mafia, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I brought this up on the show a bunch of times. But they have these big back tattoos, these large back pieces, Cause
way more than just back tattoos.
Well, yeah, actually, it's their whole body, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. It's the whole body.
They'll be in a suit, you won't even know it.
Yeah. And that was always the whole thing, right? Is that when you take all that off, you unleash that inner part of you.
Yeah.
Right?
And it was dangerous back in the day to have those tattoos around, so it was better for you to keep it covered, definitely.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Do you think the rebellious nature of tattoos is what kept you like? It was just a badass thing to do, which is fun, dude.
That's what I fell in love with at first.
Honestly. Can't blame you, dude.
Honestly, like I've always been an artist.
Yeah.
I've always loved drawing. Never really painted and stuff, but I've always been into art, but. Just like you said, like the rebellion of it, like just the fact that this dude just has his fucking face blasted, he doesn't give a goddamn fuck. Like that's pretty cool to me, especially when you're younger and you're like that,
I mean, that's why I fell in love with guitar. I was like, this is loud and it sounds great.
Yeah, that's how I was with drums.
Yeah,
when I started playing drums, I was like, dude, this is loud as fuck. I don't have to fuck it. I have small hands, dude. I can't really play guitar like that, So
hey, you'd be surprised. I'll show you some videos.
Yeah, right.
But the funny thing is, I'm thinking about tattoos, man, and yeah, that rebellious nature. It's pretty badass because I look at kids growing up, right, and they're constantly finding ways to like stand out, right.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I was thinking about earlier today. You know how like we're always taught as a society that, tattooed people are dangerous. Stay away.
Yeah,
for
sure.
The guy with his hair combed to the side and the polo shirt. That's the guy to trust.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about me, but I have like the opposite mentality.
Oh,
like when people, you know what I mean? Like when people look too average and they look too plain, it creeps me out. Cause I'm like, dude, you could like kill somebody, and if somebody tried to describe you, there would be no way.
Right, like they have something to hide and shit.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, you know what I mean? Like if somebody tells you to describe this person, you're like, oh, he had like a short hair. Did he have a beard? No. Did he have a scar on his face? No.
No, it was
piercings?
the guy with the head tattoos and the pizza sweater.
Yeah. Like no piercings. Nope. But the guy that has the guy, like the people with tattoos, people with piercings, crazy haircuts, they're going out of their way to look like themselves. They have less to hide.
Yeah.
It's very, I don't know. So to me, I trust those people more.
Oh, yeah, I feel you. I mean, I've always thought also, too, like, I've noticed in a lot of people, just because I work with a lot of different kind of people, a lot of people, man, like they like to portray something that they're really not. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like not in a negative way or anything like that, but a lot of people will come and they'll be like, "Yo, I want to get a fucking tribal across my whole arm, but I want the tribal to kind of like, you know, bring out my muscle definition so it could." And I'm just like, okay, I mean, if that's what you want, fuck it, you know, I'll tattoo you, but like, is that really, you know, why you want the fucking tribal? Like, I thought you were part of a tribe or some shit, you know? At least, dude, like, I don't know.
Like your tribe must be proud of your workout sessions. Trying to curl this fucking thing around your bicep. Oh,
Dude, that's so funny.
that's so funny though. Well, you know,
To each their own.
that's interesting, man. You got me thinking about that because I guess some people do look at tattoos as like a way to like enhance their features, you know?
Dude,
they don't look at it like a piece of art. They look at
sure.
it like, you know what? I should get a tattoo right here. They don't even think of what it is.
Dude, I remember back in the day when I was working at the flea market.
Right.
Dude, you know how many old ladies I tattooed their fucking lips and their eyebrows and their fucking eyelids and shit? Dude, I've tattooed at least 200 motherfuckers' grandmas.
No
Fucking
way, dude.
lip liner and all that fucking shit that Cuban grandmas get. You know how they just fucking solid black their fucking eyebrow and shit?
Dude, I totally forgot about the tattooed
fuck
eyebrows.
it, dog. I had to do it at the time. Did it? Fuck it. That's what
Hey.
she wanted, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were still learning the skill. It's better to,
Oh, for sure.
you know what I mean? Yeah, it's better to learn the skill and put it away, you know.
I mean,
based
dude,
on
think
you.
about it. You're coming to a flea market to get your eyebrows done with a tattoo machine. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I respect to those people, I guess, because
It is
they're
what
putting it on
is,
the line.
dog.
Yeah,
It is what it is, bro. We gotta start somewhere, bro.
that's so funny. Well, that's awesome, though, man. I think that's actually really awesome because cutting your, you know, getting your elbows, you know, get elbow grease into the work. You know, that's how you really learn. That's how you make progress. You know,
For
I
sure.
think that's a lot of people. You know, when it comes to like making music or playing guitar or any of the stuff that I've tried to do in my life, you know, the only way to do it is to do it. You can't think about doing it.
Yeah, man.
And that's the interesting thing.
And it's cool, dude, because just being tattooing itself just teaches you a lot about a lot of things. Teaches you a lot about patience, you know. Teaches you a lot about planning, you know, planning everything out. Like you just, I don't know, I feel like the longer I've been tattooing, the more I've realized how important it is to plan your tattoo out before you do it. That's why I like to mainly work like by appointment, you know, because I like to kind of study the piece first, draw it out a couple times, you know, really get the feel for it, and then that way I could give you the best option possible for your tattoo, you know.
That's
So,
true though, because you do have to work. You know, I imagine you're somebody who takes your craft pretty seriously. You know,
Yeah,
like I
definitely.
imagine you think about because different skin textures have different things, body shapes, and people.
sure.
Everybody has different stretchy
Some
skin.
people don't shower before they fucking get tattooed,
Stop, dude.
and then I have to clean them with alcohol, you know, to prep the skin, and then they're fucking
like dirt.
they're like a tone lighter. And I'm like, God damn, I look at the napkin, I'm like, holy fuck, look like I fucking wipe my ass with this shit.
Does that happen? People come in like
Dude,
smelly?
all the time.
That sucks,
Bro, you
dude.
know how many times I have people come right after work, like, oh, my bad, bro. My bad, I was fucking late.
Oh no.
Just came from fucking work, UPS guy.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. I was like, it's
Fucking
got to be the guys that
Want
sweat
a
the most.
tattoo on my inner thigh.
Oh no, yeah.
Fuck.
That sucks, man. Sorry, you got me thinking about how terrible that must be. I'm like, it was like an episode of Dirty Jobs.
Bro, it'd be like that, dude. It really be like that.
Hey, man, I love your work, though, man. I was thinking about some of the stuff that
Thanks,
you've done
dude.
over time, man. And one of the pieces that you did just got was in a competition, right?
Yeah, I entered it at the Denver Tattoo Convention.
So
and
sick.
Yeah, I got third place, best of show.
It's amazing, dude. I
Thank
love
you,
that.
man. Appreciate it.
So where does the competitive edge come from? Are you like that with anything else in your life?
Honestly, bro, in tattooing, I'm super competitive because, dude, I did martial arts from the time I was 5 to like 17.
What?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I was state champion. I went to the Junior Olympics and everything. Yeah, martial arts was like my life.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but then I started playing drums, skateboarding and shit, so I kind of got out of that, you know. That's where my discipline kind of went away. And I started focusing more on art and shit like that.
You probably transferred the discipline to something else. You know?
True.
It probably
True.
never went away. It probably just converted into a different.
Never really thought about it like that.
You know, I think that's what we do in life. It's like we never lose the skill. We just put it somewhere else. You know, it's even if you like some people are really amazing and then they fall into like depression pits. You know, which is understandable. That happens all the time. It happens to me. It happens to everybody. Happens to human beings. And the thing about that is that if you could be really good at being happy, you could also be really good at being sad.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of
You could be really good. It's a lot of those people are good at disassociating and staying away from the phone, and because they're mediocrity is not an option for a lot of people that create for a living because you can't be mediocre.
You can't.
Or you shouldn't be.
You always have to be standing out somehow.
And it's not even about can or can't. It's just about should and shouldn't, because I don't think you should be like. you work around, not you, but anybody that creates, you know, like we all work around so many creative people that it's like, you know, we should all talk and communicate with each other and learn techniques from each other.
That's how it should be, but I don't know, man. It could get a little different in this industry. Now it's an industry because, you know, you attach $1 billion to it, so it goes from community to industry. You feel me? So
and we're in a extra funny place because, well, number one, it's Miami. We live in Miami, which is like all beauty based anyway.
Oh, for sure.
And then you
super fashion, trendy, modern shit.
And second of all, we had the Miami Ink craze.
Oh yeah,
that, you know, that was our generation.
But it's funny, dude, because Miami Ink, it wasn't made with the intention of doing that. Because if you really just do your research on the people from Miami Ink, they're actually really badass tattooers, and they're amazing. They learned how to tattoo from really badass tattooers.
I still follow a lot of those guys.
People that are like big names. You know what I'm saying? So
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. So they did that with the intentions of anybody that has a tattoo shop. You know, oh, I want to promote my shop. You know, I want to be that one shop in Miami that's popping. Cool. But it just turned into something fucking completely different. So what are you gonna do?
I guess it got so popular. You know
fucking go with it, bro. Yeah. It is what it is, bro. Either you change with the time or you just fucking
and I can't blame them, dude. I can't blame those guys, dude. Imagine, you know, somebody's
of course not.
So they're like, hey, we'd like to make a clothing line because they had the Miami Ink clothing lines. You remember that?
That's fine, dude. These are opportunities that are open due to you doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought it was
the
great.
fuck a motherfucker come and tell me, yo, I want to start a clothing line with you. Can you make your designs for my t-shirts and shit? Of fucking course.
Yeah.
What do you think?
They were killing it,
That's
man.
the whole point of this shit.
Yeah, and it's to build.
For me, at least, I like to network. I like to meet a lot of different people, work with different people, new ideas, bro. Like, everything started with an idea. You know what I'm saying? So. And
you know what? I love that you said that because everything starts with an idea and it always ends with execution. You know, and it's like it's that marriage between, you know, concept and execution.
The perfect balance.
Yeah, man, because that's. And the reason I keep bringing that up and I want to hammer that point so much is because that's where most people get lost, is in this conversion process where you got to take it from your head to the outside world, you know, where we can touch it and see it or hear it or whatever, you know.
Without sounding crazy.
Yeah, without sounding crazy. But, you know, I think about, you know, a lot of people used to tell me to do, you know, a lot of people used to tell me like, hey, man, you're so good at drawing. You should learn how to do tattoos. You should. And I was always like, you know what?
All the time. I actually just, bro, the other day I was just hanging out with one of my friends.
Right.
And, excuse me, his uncle was there and he was like, yeah, you know, my daughter, she's a fucking exceptional artist, bro. She draws. It looks like it's fucking coming out of the paper and this and that. I'm probably going to have her try to do tattoos. And I was like, I mean, you could try, but that doesn't mean that that's going to happen. Like, tattooing is something that you got to fucking love, bro. Like, tattooing, like, for you to know that you want to be a tattooer, dude, like, I don't know, it has to be kind of like a magnet thing, you know?
I agree, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's more than just the art, dude.
Oh, for sure.
There's a personality.
It's a craft.
And there's a connection there. You got to care about the people, too.
Yeah.
Or not, well, you don't have to, but I think it's good to.
No, you have to.
I'm glad you see it that way.
The people are the ones that are putting fucking food on your plate, man.
Yeah.
You have to be considerate of them. That doesn't mean that you have to take their shit. You feel me? That's a different story. Like, at least for me, like, I'm not the guy that, like, if you're looking for great customer service, I'm not that guy. Like, not saying that I'm a fucking dick or anything like that, but I'm super blunt. Like, I'm very to the point. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to like sugarcoat shit and make you feel better. And
well, that's what I always liked about you.
Like,
a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you keep it real like that.
Thanks, man.
That's what I
try to, dude. I feel like that's what everybody should be fucking doing.
Dude, every time I see a lot of your posts, I remember, I don't know if it's your stories or some of your posts that maybe you used to have. I was trying to find some of them today because I missed them, but you used to make a lot of posts kind of not you weren't calling people out, but you were just kind of being like, yo, guys, what's going on?
No, for sure. I would call people out for sure.
Which
dude.
I love that, dude, because to me it was like, dude, these are the...
Yeah, dude, it's like, I don't know, man. I just feel like people have the wrong idea of being a tattooer. You know what I'm saying? Some people just want to be a tattooer because they want to not have to clock in somewhere, you know, so that
I'm just drawing, bro.
So that they can wear whatever they want, you know, so that they could hook up with chicks or they could fucking, you know, I don't know, just be famous or some shit. I don't fucking know, but
I see what you mean, man. No, you're completely right, though. A lot of people do have the wrong, and it's the same thing with music and all this other stuff, too.
But I feel like, that's with everything, man.
Those people get, but you know what, regardless, it's funny to think that those people always get, they always get like sorted out, don't they?
Oh,
like,
at the end, yeah.
A year later, you don't see them doing that thing anymore.
It's a trend.
People drop off
as trendy, bro.
Yeah, that's the
It's
big
trendy.
thing. And so you got to.
To this day, I still listen to Led Zeppelin and fucking Tupac.
There you go.
To this day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that just kind of tells you something. I still listen to everything else, you know, not everything else. Like fucking Spanish rap, I'm not a big fan.
I feel you. There's some styles that I can't.
There's some songs that I'll listen to just because I really like the beat, or like, I don't know, just because I kind of like it. I'll listen to it, but it's not my go-to. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, essentially, they just. I'm not saying they copy like the American artists or anything like that. I mean, it's like
they emulate. It's just corny. I feel like it's corny.
It's corny, but you know what's funny? I guess it's because I play a lot of guitar, so it's like in my head. I always switch everything out when I hear it into a guitar.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because that's kind of the reason why I view it like that.
You just drown out the words, right? Or their voices and stuff.
Yeah, because you understand music from a different perspective.
There you go.
So you're looking at it and reading what you're looking at from a different perspective, so you're like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I'm saying? It's so weird.
Yeah.
But other people don't understand that, you know, because they don't have the understanding that you have of music, you know. So
I mean, you know, it's not hard to see why people enjoy it because it's so, how do I say this? Children, right?
It's fun, dude. It's like, it's a fucking sound.
There you
know?
go. Then you learn, you nailed it. It's fun. It's fun and it's fun, and also it's unfamiliar.
Oh, for sure.
People like that. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, think about AC/DC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Classic band. Everybody's heard of AC/DC song. You can't tell me that singer does not sound weird.
Oh my god,
he sounds weird.
Dude, I fucking love him. I feel like he sounds like the clown from Metalocalypse. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, he does have a crazy voice, but
I fucking love it though.
But it's unique. You know, as funny as it is, we laugh at it for like 2 seconds, and eventually it becomes good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm assuming this is the same. That's the same thing with like Bad Bunny and all these guys. You know what I mean? Like I'm assuming it's like it's weird.
I honestly, that's probably the one person that I just can't stand, dog.
I can't do it.
Yo, dude, there's a fucking there's a mechanic. There's actually, it's funny you said that because there's a mechanic right behind my shop. Bro, he's a fucking grown ass man. He's like 45, dude.
Oh no.
Yo, he's like infatuated with Bad Bunny. Like, we call him Bad Bunny. Like, whenever we go and like check on our car or some shit, we're like, yo, Bad Bunny. Dude, he'll turn around. I swear to God, dude.
He turns around.
Yo, he's fixing a car. He'll get up and he's wearing like those Bad Bunny glasses, like the white ones. And he has he has the cut, like the fucking, like the Element.
He's got the haircut.
Like the Element haircut.
No.
Yeah, like, dude.
The anime. It looks like some crazy, like, looks like one of the bug catchers from Pokemon.
Oh my God.
Holy shit, dude.
It's fucking hilarious. And he'll like sing along to the song. He came to the shop, got the piercing, the same piercing, like the little cross.
No, he's trying to keep up with all the chicks he's hitting on Facebook.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's fucking hilarious. I have some videos on my phone and shit.
Yeah. So send me those later. I need a good laugh. Holy shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, shout out to Bad Buddy.
We'll call him
Bad Buddy. We'll call him Bad Buddy.
Shout out to fucking Bad Buddy. That is fucking hilarious.
But it's cool to see, you know, it's unfamiliar, you know what I mean? Which is what we were getting at. I don't know how we got to this thing. How did we get to this? We were talking about music.
Dude, this happens on every single one of your shows.
Well, those are the best episodes. The ones that just end up left field and we're like,
fuck it, just keep it going.
Why not, man? So yes, tattoo artists, man, and tattoo art. We're talking about some of the people that want these crazy pieces, man, and some of these people have too many demands. That's what the problem I see is that people are too demanding.
It's not that people are too demanding. It's that social media is showing you shit that it doesn't really look like that.
Oh, like people are bumping up the contrast and stuff like that.
Literally 9 out of 10 tattoos that people, because everyone always comes in with a picture on their phone of what they want, and they're like, well, I want this just like this, and then you have to break it down like, okay, so I can't do that just like that because it's already done on somebody else. And on top of that, this photo is extremely photoshopped. Like you can't even see the pores of the person's skin. You know what I'm saying? Like
smooth and stuff.
Dude, that's like a given. You know what I'm saying?
No
like,
way. People do that.
You can't even see the fucking pores of the saturation of the color and shit. Wow. So it's just super photoshopped, or like behind like a super black fucking background with like super bright stadium lights and shit. Like yeah, it looks like that under that lighting, but I mean are you gonna walk around with those fucking lamps next to your leg all the time so it could look like that? Like,
that's so
funny. And then when it heals, it doesn't heal. You know, remember, you're cutting the skin and then new skin is growing over it. So that new skin is what makes your tattoo look, you know, lighter, or make it look like you fade out. Like you could have a tattoo that you got like 40 years ago, and you burn the shit out of yourself, and you'll see the ink right under it, like brand new, like the day you got it.
Holy
like,
shit.
It's still there. It's just you've gotten
It's
so
just
many
buried under.
suntans and so much aging, and
That's true, yeah, because obviously,
Yeah.
we regrow our
the
skin cells
tattoo
every
is
day,
still there.
every
It's
hour.
just however you fucking managed it for
That's
the rest of your
amazing.
life.
So has anybody
Yeah.
ever come back with a complaint for you? Like they're like, oh, I didn't like the way,
Yeah.
I'm sure that
Yeah.
happens. I mean, it happens to everybody, but it's
Yeah,
like,
dude.
how do you deal with those situations? Because I imagine it's kind of funky, right?
Dude, it's been a while, honestly, since
Yeah.
somebody came by and told me that
That's good though.
they didn't like something. The only thing, excuse me, that probably like about maybe like a year ago, I have a client. He's a good client of mine, so he didn't even really mind, but he gave me a stencil, right, of like I think it was fuck, what's this guy's name? That Batman building. What's that shit called?
The
His
Batman.
building.
The one with Morgan Freeman.
No, Batman's actual fucking building. What's that shit called? I forgot what that shit's called.
Like the Batcave or like the
No, it's I don't know.
like the Wayne Manor,
Something
like the
Empire or something like that. I don't know.
oh, like his office building.
Yeah, what's that shit called?
It probably is the Wayne Empire or some shit
Something,
like that. I don't know.
some shit like that. Well, yeah, I did a tattoo of that. He brought me a stencil with that.
Okay, that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he's like a super fucking
That's awesome.
Batman freak. Yeah,
I wonder where
and
he
then
got the Wayne
under
Man.
it said EST 1936.
Okay,
No, sorry, 1939.
the first Batman
Yeah,
comic.
First Batman, yeah.
Okay.
But for some reason, when I put the stencil, the 3, it was super, super close together, so it kind of turned into an 8.
That's fucking awesome.
Dude, I'm not even lying, bro. The fucking number is like less than a fingernail big, like this big.
Wow. I feel you though. So was he born in '89? I hope.
No, listen. I tattooed him, and then probably like 6 months later, he's came by the shop a bunch of times just to hang out and shit, whatever. 6 months later, he texts me. He's like, "Yo, it wasn't 1989. It was 1939." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "Dude, the Batman tattoo. It was supposed to be 1939. It says 89." I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" So I went back, because I usually keep the stencil, so hopefully I
awesome.
would find and then I found it, and yeah, it was a 3. But then I like when you turn it around, you see like the smudge of when you put it, and then it smudged it close together, so it looked like an 8.
I feel you though. I mean,
But then luckily he was like, "No, but it's all good because my favorite Batman movie came out in 1989."
hey.
So I was like,
And that is a good movie. I think that's the Tim Burton
so
one.
technically I've never fucked up.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
Nah,
on
I'm
that.
just lying, dude. I've fucked up so many times.
Hey, that's
Yeah, I
okay,
fuck
man.
up all the time. I feel like tattooing is just trying not to fuck up. That's the best way I could explain
But that's part
doing
of
a tattoo.
Dude, that's part of the discipline,
Just
though.
trying
You know
not
what I
to
mean?
fuck up.
But you know what? That's the. Remember earlier I was talking about how like we transfer skills and things that we learn in martial arts, right? Let's say you're put into a position where you have to defend yourself, right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I need to figure out the quickest way to knock you out. You know,
for sure.
like I need to make this happen in one
Yeah,
move,
I'm not trying to go to the ground. I'm not trying to
right? You know, so
as quick as possible.
and in a way, I feel like you've transferred that into your tattooing skill because that's the thing. You're just trying not to fuck up. You're finding as many ways to make this as efficient and accurate because
As
precision.
official, and I just want to make the client so happy with the tattoo
Yeah.
that they just want to be super tattooed. You know what I'm saying?
So that they
Like,
fall in love with the
they love that
experience.
shit so much. Cause dude, I have so many clients where, like, once a month, bro, they'll send me videos of them like at the beach or something, fucking flexing their fucking tattoos and shit. Like super happy, bro. And they'll send me messages like, "Yo, thanks for the fucking tap, bro. I love it. You don't know how fucking happy it made me. I've always wanted it. Like it meant something to them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's awesome because it's something that they get to appreciate that for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like that's pretty cool.
That's a very cool thing, man. And what you wrote something the other day about not being money hungry.
Definitely.
But you're more interested in exchanging energies with people.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm always money hungry.
yeah.
I always need that moolah.
Absolutely. But that's not the
That's not
the
go-to.
biggest driving force.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely energy, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
because it helps you grow and it helps the people grow. You know what I mean? It's a mutual. The best things in life are mutual relationships.
For
man.
sure.
You know, like music, right? Like there's people on the stage and there's people in the crowd,
Of course.
and they're
Dude,
giving to each other.
tattoos are super personal, bro. Like, think about it. If you're a dick, I don't want to sit and tattoo you for 8 hours. That means I have to sit and watch you deal with pain for 8 hours. And then I listen to you narrate. Oh fuck, that hurt. Oh damn, that really hurts right there. I'm like, dude, I know. As you can tell, I fucking know this shit fucking hurts. Like, please, dude, just let me do the goddamn tattoo. And yeah, man, it's like sometimes I just don't want to deal with that, dude. Like,
I'm with you.
I feel like when you're doing something right, bro, and you're doing it with everything you got, like, whatever you need to get there will come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. You'll find a way.
Because the bigger thing is that thing you're going for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the eye on the prize. If you
understand that, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm with you, man. Like, to me, it was funny. A lot of people, it's like, I try to relate everything to, like, you know, the guitar or everything that I do because, you know, like I said, I think we all do the same things just in different places.
Same shit with tattooing.
Yeah, we just, you know, and to me, it's like a lot of people are like, hey, man, glad to see you still playing guitar, still making music. And I'm like, did I have any other option? Like, it's like, that's just, like, I didn't know there was any other way.
I feel that.
Like, why would I ever want to stop? This is so much fun. Like, and it's
feel that.
And that's it's how we speak. Like, it's how we, you know, it's funny. I think about a lot of people that go to college and they get the career and then they, you know, they climb up the corporate ladder and then they get the big house with the 2 cars outside, right? And they take pictures with their families. And you know what? That's their equivalent of making it in some way or shape or form, right?
To be honest, man, if that's what you're going for,
then hell yeah.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll come a point where you reached what you thought it was and then you realize that it's not what you wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So you're going on a journey based on your expectations. You know what I'm saying? Not really based on what you want to do, like what you feel. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
So I feel like that's just nothing. Like, you're just going to waste time when you could have been fucking learning how to tattoo.
Yeah. and you never know what your greatest skill is until you try it.
Ever. Yeah.
You really don't, you know, and that's why I try so many different things. A lot of people ask me, like, how come you don't draw anymore, dude? Like, how come, you know, I don't see you draw? And it's like, I mean, drawing was really fun for me because I got to learn.
Dude, that was your shit.
Thanks, man.
That was your shit.
Well, I learned discipline through it. You know, like, it was fun, and what I learned, drawing gave me this really cool feeling of people's reactions. I love people's reaction
because everybody always had a different one.
Yeah, and it was always like, and I love that wow. You know, that wow feeling is like that. That does something
wow
to
feeling,
you.
It does make you feel good, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
instant gratitude. That's like what people get through likes these days.
Dude, honestly, man, like, no amount of money can put a price on when I see someone look at their tattoo and be like, yo, dude, this is fucking insane. Like, the other day I did like this like mechanical heart on a dude's chest. It was his first tattoo and I didn't even know until I started. Like, I was tattooing and I was like, yo, so when's the last time you got tattooed? He's like, never.
Whoa.
I was like, oh shit, this is your first fucking tat?
Oh
like,
my
damn,
God.
bro. Like, he booked a fucking 8-hour session. Like, we're going in, dude. Like, I'm about to blast his whole fucking chest.
Speaking of not being about mediocrity, that guy's doing it right.
Yo, he sat through it like a champ, though, dog. Like, he wanted it straight up. Like, that's how it is, man. And
eye on the prize.
And bro, when I was done with it, he was like, dude, this is insane. Like, there's no way that I thought that this was gonna look completely different. Like, because I didn't like, I don't really show you a design and ask you if you like it, and like, I don't know, man. I feel like that kind of takes away from the whole, like, reason why you came to me. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I feel like if you like what I do and you already fucking booked an appointment with money and everything, like, I don't know. I feel like you would like what I'm gonna draw for you, you know? So
definitely.
I don't know. I literally just fucking did it, and he was like, bro, this is fucking amazing. Like it's way better than what I thought it would be. Like, dude, he fucking tipped me like $200.
That's awesome.
On top of like a fucking.
That's amazing.
Fucking $1,000 session. Like,
that's
it's love, dude. It's love. It really is, bro. Like,
well, that tattoo dies with him, dude.
Dude, and like the thing is that people don't understand, man. Like, you tell somebody, oh, $1,000 day session, like, dude, like, that ain't shit. Like, you go to any other artist doing like decent work, dude, he's gonna charge you minimum $1,000 a day, $1,200 a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what it is, dude. Like, that's what it costs. Like, tattoos are fucking permanent, like, literally.
And it's
like
art.
You're gonna die and you're still gonna have it. Like,
it's art, dude. It
you
annoys
could be homeless. You could be homeless with no clothes on a fucking methamphetamine fucking induced fucking psychosis, and you're under a bridge and all you have is your fucking tattoos. You know what I'm saying?
It's true, man.
That's what it is.
You never part with it. That's a beautiful way to look at it.
It's super special.
It's a beautiful way to look at it, man. And at the end of the day, you put your personality into these things, and you put your life and your experience. And dude, I mean, you know, when you do creative stuff, you know, like our what we do with our hands represents us. That's our signature.
Yeah.
You know, when these corporate people, when they sign off on shit and then something happens later, they're like, hey, you signed off on this.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel you. That's a cool way to look at it.
You know, and they get their ass chewed out or not, you know, depending on what goes on. So it's like, yeah, we sign off on everything that we do, bro. So it's good to see conviction. I like conviction when people, you know, when people believe in what they do.
Hell yeah. I feel like that's the only way you could really do what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's how you build a brand.
For sure.
Is by people knowing. And with the last tattoo that you were talking about, it's really cool because you thought about it in a very interesting way, which is that, yeah, this person is coming to you for your quality of work and your style.
Yeah.
And that's true. You know, some of the greatest tattoo artists, like, you know, or you know what? Let's just go back to our Miami Ink example, right? Miami Ink, when people would go to one, they wanted a certain piece, they would go to a certain artist on the show, right? Mm-hmm. They wanted portraits, they would hit up that Kat Von D, right?
Yeah.
And it's like that, you know. They would go and they would expect her to do whatever she did.
Yeah.
I don't think any of those guys were like, it's not. You gotta add more shadows,
dude. You have no idea how many times like that happens, bro. Like I'll have somebody. It mainly happens on like cover up tattoos. Like when you're trying to like cover up a tattoo, like they have like this bullshit ass tattoo like in a super awkward spot where it's like you don't even really have a lot of room to work with and shit. And then you explain to them like, yo, like, you know, if you want that shit gone, like to the point where you can't read the name or whatever it is, then, you know, these are your options, this and this, you know. And most of the time people are like, no, but I don't like that, and this is like too much. And it's like, dude, but like, do you want to cover it or do you not want to cover it? Because I could put whatever it is you want on top of it, but it doesn't mean it's gonna hide it, you know. You're just gonna see right through that shit. So
yeah. And
I don't know, it's just weird how people, I don't know, they get into the commitment of getting a tattoo, but then they're like, nah, I want to cover it up. Like I get it, you know, maybe you have like an ex's name or something, you want to cover it, that's cool, I understand that. But it's like, now you gotta understand that whatever the fuck you could cover it with is what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
And you have a job to do.
Yeah, like it is what it is, bro. That's why you're paying me $1,000, dude.
Yeah.
Like you're really gonna sit behind the surgeon and be like, yo, like, are you sure you're supposed to cut it there? Like,
yeah.
Oh, but what about this stitch right here? Are you sure you didn't stitch this one right? Like,
and that's the problem a lot. And I'm glad you see it that way too, because a lot of people don't draw those parallels. A lot of people don't see it that way. A lot of people think like, oh, but it's a tattoo, I should have a say in what I'm getting, which is kind of true, but kind of not. Like,
yeah,
you have a say to a certain extent.
Well, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Exactly.
Like you see something in your mind, but that's why you go to a tattoo artist to design a tattoo for you. You know, like, especially nowadays, a lot of people are doing like super hyper realistic tattoos. And there's a lot of tattooers that are really good at that shit, that they do it and it's super solid and it heals really well and all kinds of shit. So people have those expectations where they find an image on like fucking Pinterest or some shit of like a, I don't know, like a model or something, or like a girl with like a burlesque mask or something, you know, but they want the image exactly how it is, like the same exact colors and the same, and it's like, dude, like it looks cool on the image, but it's not gonna look cool on skin, you know what I'm saying? Like it's two different canvases, like, you know what I'm saying?
I got issues.
This is a printer, this is human hands, and needles, a little arsenal of needles that just poke you 400 times a second.
Yeah, and you have to shade those things in. Like, how do you expect to get, like, why do you want me to do, like, a sunset? Like, well, you could do that, but you get what I'm saying. Like, how am I supposed to copy this thing?
Exactly, bro. Like, people have to understand that it's like, yeah, you want this image, but it has to be tattooable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just get an image on you. It has to be a tattoo.
Well, here's the issue that I've seen. Maybe you can talk about this a little bit. Is that a big problem that I see when I follow, you know, some of these, like, tattoo shops? What is up with these advertisements on these Instagram stories with these photoshopped, like literally JPEG pictures, like photoshopped onto like a forearm, and it's like it'll literally be a picture of like Heath Ledger's Joker, you know, but like photoshopped onto the arm.
Yeah.
And it's like, come and get your session today, you know, like
for like $100,
for $100 or something.
Yeah,
I'm
starting
just like,
now.
You photoshopped a picture on an arm.
Yeah.
What are you doing? This is not even a tattoo. Like, it's an actual picture.
I've seen really fucking ridiculous. There's actually a page. Shout out to Tattooed Truth Fairy. Dude, it's a really good fucking page.
I'm gonna follow that.
Like, dude, they put everybody on blast. Like, they don't give a fuck who you are. Like, they show the tattoo or like the picture, like the video of the actual artist, and then next to it, or like you swipe and it'll be the picture of like a client. Or like somebody saw him somewhere, so they took a picture of the tattoo. Like someone saw the tattoo, was like, "Oh shit, that's that fucking So they take a picture and then they send it to them. And you look at the two tattoos, and it's like, dude, it doesn't even look like the same tattoo. Like, it looks completely different. Like, completely. Shit is, like, scarred the fuck up. Like, I don't know, man.
Damn, that sucks, dude.
I feel like people focus so much on making shit so fucking realistic and so unbelievably, insanely looking on their skin that they forget that they're cutting skin, you know, and they're irritating and they're wiping over and over and they're putting soap and ink and... Dude, that shit fucks your skin up. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
So the more you do that, the more you fuck the skin up. And then later on in life, you're just going to have jacked up fucking skin. You know what I'm saying? And then even if you get it lasered off, you're still going to have all those scars. So then you just have to get something tattooed over it now. You know what I'm saying? To hide all that. I don't know. It's a big fucking thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know how people don't see it, but...
My issue with that is that, like, if you want something so incredibly realistic... You probably don't want a tattoo. You probably want something else.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know?
Get it airbrushed at Bayside or something.
Get a T-shirt.
Get a fucking T-shirt.
Or do something because...
Fucking keychain, dude.
Because it tells me, man, like, when certain people want to push past... Like, it's like, to me, people that draw realistic, right, is one thing. But when people try to draw so realistic that you really can't tell whether it's a photograph or not, I understand you're trying to achieve a certain skill. But at the same time, I'm like, you sure you don't want to be a photographer?
Yeah, I feel you. Like, me personally, I love realism, but the kind of I like stylized realism, which is like it still has that illustrative look. You know, like me personally, I like realistic tattoos that kind of look like pencil drawings. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely. I love that. That would be like my go-to style, maybe like a little bit of color or something like.
Yeah, I like what you do on the charcoal on the wood.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Those are really cool. Like, thanks, I saw the Snoop you did.
Yeah, I do that mainly just to, like, study, dude. Just to really, like, learn about, like, lighting and, you know,
I was going to ask you about that earlier. Yeah, that's how you learned about the shot. And you do a great job. Who did you did somebody, was it Travis Scott, or you did somebody like that, right?
A$AP Rocky.
A$AP
Rocky, yeah.
A$AP. That looked great. Thanks, man, the way you got the shine on the grill was just unbelievable, dude.
Unbelievable. And it's funny, dude, because I really like doing the charcoal because it's kind of permanent. You know, because it's powder. So, excuse me. The second you mess up, like, you're fucked. Like, you got to throw the whole fucking thing away. So, I'm here like, fuck. Like, should I put this white, like, here? Should I put it here? Like,
stressful.
If I put this white right here, it's going to make the grill shine in a completely different angle. Like, it just makes it look different. You know, everything is about, like, it's all an illusion at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
It's like you're a fucking visual magician and
shit. You know, I was... well, visual magician. That was a cool ring to it. But I was thinking the same thing about when you did the Breaking Bad piece. You did, right? You did the Walter White?
Yeah, I did a Walter White.
And on his head, you know, it's the bald head, so you see like the light shining.
Yeah.
And I was just so impressed with how you captured the lighting.
That shit was so nerve-wracking to do that.
It looked like
you have no idea how much pressure I was under. I'm there like, fuck.
Well, you nailed it, dude.
Yeah,
you
thanks,
nailed
man.
it. How'd you push past that point, man, where you get to see, you know, because a lot of people ask about shadows. That's like the mystery thing, right, for most people. And it's that the only thing that I could say, and you could add on top of this, what would help people with shadows, guys, is that you have to stop thinking about everything in outlines. Because when you look at, like, the human eye, we don't see in outlines. We see in shadows.
Yeah, we see in values.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So when something, you know, we don't have an outline around our head, technically. It's just a shadow that's so dark that
it makes it look like it has a line. Yeah, exactly.
And so...
Yeah, that's actually what I'm using more into my tattoos right now, you know, like, as we speak.
It shows.
I'm still doing that, you know, so just trying to get there, man. Just trying to be as good as I can be. I'm not trying to be better than anybody, just as good as I can be.
Trying to be better than yourself yesterday.
Better than myself yesterday, for sure.
That's the way to be, man. What's one of your favorite tattoos that you've done so far, Michael? I know you've done so many, and I know it's hard. That's one of those, you know, corny, tough questions, but I would love to know.
Dude, honestly, I really, really like the back piece I did in Denver.
Was that the competition one or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, my back still hurts from that shit.
How long did that take again?
22 hours.
22 hours.
3 days back to back. I did 2 8-hour days, then the last day was like 5 hours, I think, or some shit like that. And then I didn't, since I flew over there, I didn't have a tattoo bed. So, I mean, luckily some days I did have the bed because I was traveling with my boy Don Don. Shout out to Tattoos by Don Don.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, he's cool, bro. He's my buddy from Arizona. He lets me guest spot at his shop sometimes out there.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's.
What's Arizona
cool,
like?
Fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
Arizona's cool, man. It's dry.
Yeah, I heard it's dry.
Dry as a motherfucker. There's a lot of snakes.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. You saw snakes?
We saw a lot of snake eggs, on my Airbnb. There's
What?
just snake eggs everywhere.
No
On the
fucking
outside,
way, dude.
like little hatched snake eggs. And then you could see the little swirls from like their body movement on the rocks.
It's like Red Dead Redemption. Holy shit.
It's fucking weird.
They weren't joking when they said you wake up with a scorpion in your boot.
It's all good, dog. Fuck it. I went hiking and shit.
Wow, dude.
Yeah,
That's
shit was
wild,
dope.
dude. What is that like? 'Cause one of my favorite YouTubers, he's from Arizona, and he always says hot as shit.
Yeah, it's hot, dude, but it's not like Miami hot. Miami hot is like an exhausting hot. Like it feels like somebody's just constantly like
Just chopping you.
on top of you.
Yeah,
like you can never get away from it.
It does feel. It is like the
so
eternal.
wet and sticky. And
Oh
hot.
god, it is heaven's breath.
Like it's
upon
hot
us.
over there, but because the fucking sun is beaming, it's different. It's different. Like there's still wind. Like there's still.
What's the hiking like? 'Cause anytime people think of hiking, they imagine like the forest and the woods. What's like
No,
hiking in the desert?
Yeah, I went hiking like on some fucking rock mountain shit. Like it was pretty dope. It was like all red looking rocks, and then in the back there was like a big what would you call that? Like a lake, like a huge fucking lake.
Whoa.
And it was like full of seaweed and shit. Like you could see it, and then there's like people canoeing and shit.
Whoa.
Super quiet. Like if you stay quiet, you literally can hear your nose hairs.
Oh.
Fucking.
I would go nuts, man. That sounds awesome though.
It was awesome, man. It was cool.
Sounds really
It was
good,
a really
man.
good experience for sure.
Is tattooing like a meditative experience for you?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You get lost in it after so long. Because I mean, hours and hours and
Yeah.
hours. Like you must go through. Are there times where you and the client don't even talk for hours? Like,
Dude, honestly, man,
how does that
that's like, I wouldn't say that's most of the time. I feel like it all depends who the person is also.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, not that they don't want to talk, it's just, I don't know. Like some people just don't have a lot to say. Like they just want to go and get their tattoo, Like they're not, it's not that they're necessarily antisocial or anything. They're just, I don't know. They're just going about their day, and they just want to get tattooed.
Yeah.
But other people, they want to sit there and fucking, bro, they'll tell me about everything, bro, about their life, about their fucking girl, about their fucking kid, their child support, and fucking fuck.
You know what's funny?
And then people wonder why I fucking smoke weed, dude.
Hey, I can't blame you, dude. I mean, to me, that's got to be really cool. Like, it's still probably really cool.
I love it. I would never
Yeah.
trade it for anything in the world, bro.
I love that kind of stuff. But you know what's funny? When I started taking Uber for the first time, I started getting that. Like, these people would just talk to me about stuff, dude. And I was
They
like,
don't give a fuck.
they
They
talk
tell
to
you about everything. Like, you remember that show when we were younger, Taxi Guy? I know you know about
Confessions.
Taxi Guy Confessions, motherfucker.
Shout out
I
to
know you have to know about that show.
That was an amazing show. Hey, you know what's funny? I
Dude,
watched
I
it.
love that show. That
I saw
show
it as
was
a
so
kid,
funny.
and I rewatched it as an adult. Still an amazing show.
Yeah, right.
Still an
You
amazing
understand it so much more now.
It's like art.
You can
dude.
relate to it. Yeah,
I loved it, man. And it's what's funny? I made a song on my
that's
album.
so funny.
I made a song on my album called Late Night Early Morning, because to me that's one of the coolest times of the day, when you're driving back, from hanging out at a late
I
night.
like all these little shut up, let's talk.
These
Late
plugs.
night, early fucking.
Late
what
night.
is it?
Yeah,
I like it. It's like two extremes in one fucking word.
Oh, damn, what's funny? I never thought about that.
Oh,
Holy
you see
shit.
that?
Dude. Hey, that's amazing, dude. Hey, maybe that's a thing about. Damn, I gotta look within myself to figure out what that's
You're
all
all
about.
perfectly balanced and shit.
Damn, I gotta figure that out, dude. That's crazy. You just put me on a whole thing. You put me on a roller coaster. But
That's so funny.
but yeah. Oh, Chris says, "What up, Woski?" Hey, what up, Chris? Thank you for hanging out tonight, my man. Shout out to Chris.
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, man. So yeah, late night, early morning. That's one of my favorite times of the day. Is when you just drive back and you're like slightly delirious, like probably this like 4 or 5 in the morning. Where it's like it is a late night and an early morning in the same.
Dude, I used to tattoo super late night.
Yeah, what is that like?
Like
dude?
when I first came back from California after my little college trip.
Yeah.
I fucking, dude, I would tattoo wherever the fuck, like, however the fuck, like I didn't give a fuck, dude.
You're just dying to get it out.
Yeah, I would tattoo at the flea market. Sometimes I would have people hit me up after work at night, and then I'll just be at home, fucking not doing shit, drawing or something. I'll be like, fuck it, I'll go to their crib, tat them up,
That's amazing, dude.
And I don't know, man.
I remember I had a friend of mine that used to tattoo in his house, and it was interesting. I mean, he wasn't, he was very new to it, let's just say, and I just remember thinking, like, would I do this? No.
Yeah.
But cheers to you. Shout out to you.
Dude, I have a lot of friends that when I first started, they were like, yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm not trying to get tatted by you yet,
But everything takes time. Everything takes time.
Fuck it.
What were you practicing on in the beginning, by the way?
Myself.
Oh, you know what's funny? I was gonna ask you that earlier if you did a tattoo on yourself. Which
Dude, almost all my fucking first tattoos were myself.
What's the first one?
My thighs are blasted.
Wow.
My-
You did your own thighs?
Yeah, I have a tattoo
Whoa.
on the front of my leg, on the side of my
Sweet.
ankle, my hand.
Oh, you did that one?
Yeah, I did this one too.
Whoa. Sweet, man.
I did that shit like when I first started, because no one really fucks with you. You know, you're like, damn, nah, you suck.
Oh, no.
So you have to like either do it for free, or like, I don't know, you just
like earn your
do
reputation.
it on yourself. Fucking be like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, and then people are gonna see it. Then you'll be like, all right, you know, you didn't fuck up that bad, so maybe you could do my mom's name right here, and then that's kind of how you start, you know.
That's amazing.
I mean, at least for me, that's how I did it.
That seems natural though, because you know when
Yeah.
I was, you know, like everything else in life, right? Like when you start working on cars, for example, right? You work on your own first.
Yeah,
You
man.
know?
I mean, that's how that like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's just how it is. Like, you just gotta start on yourself. Like, I feel like that's just like a metaphor.
What do some people
itself.
practice
You
on?
just
Like,
gotta start yourself.
do people practice on like fruit? I remember that was a thing, right? Don't they
Yeah, dude.
practice
I've
on,
tattooed oranges. I've tattooed pigskin. I've tattooed honeydews. I've tattooed fucking everything except for babies.
You know, it'd be really. You should do a tattooed fruit series, man. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool.
Tattooed fruit, dude.
That would be a really crazy picture. I would just love to see it as a picture, just
That'd
as
be
a
fucking
photo,
funny.
just like a fruit basket, but like all
Yeah.
tattooed.
Well, it's kind of cool because, like, at least for honeydew, like when you would tattoo a little honeydew, it's kind of like a watermelon, but it's lighter color.
Okay.
So when you tattoo it, you just practice doing lines on it, you know, trying to do it as good as you can. And then you split that shit in half, and then since it's so light at the top, you could see like how deep you went. Like
Oh,
the
'cause you
ink
see
kind of
the-
shoots in.
Yeah.
So you see how bad you fucked up on each one.
Oh, that's really
So
cool.
then you're like, okay, I'm not gonna do it like that. You know, I'm gonna do it.
man, that's
different way.
fascinating, man. Yeah, because
Just
once
like
you
little tricks and shit.
yeah, because once you cut it on the side, yeah, you see the ink bleed through, so you get to.
At the end of the day, dude, this is magic. And if you want to be a magician, dog, you just gotta get into it. You know.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. For me, the reason why I kind of moved from like art to music was because I kind of felt like music to me was like my real voice, you know.
Yeah.
Like when I wanted to create, because I was
That's what
doing
I wanted to be to begin with.
to musician.
Yeah, before tattooing, I wanted to be a drummer
That's
all
awesome.
day. Either a professional skateboarder or a drummer. Skateboarding wasn't working though, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a pussy. I'm not too fond of heights. So when it would be kind of time to do like a fucking 5 or a 6 step or something like that, I'd be like,
Oh,
I don't know. I'll see my boy, he just broke his ankle. I'm like, I don't know. You know, I kind of like to use these to draw and fucking.
that dude, that's another thing. I couldn't fuck
That's
my
why if
limbs
you're,
up.
yeah, you can't skate if you're a tattooer.
Yeah.
You gotta throw that out the window. Now you're gonna get fat. You're gonna start smoking cigarettes and shit.
Oh man,
It is what it is, bro.
those are lifestyle choices that you got to make, though. You know what I mean? Because it's true. It's like if you break your hand, like how are you gonna tattoo? How are you gonna play guitar? How are you gonna paint? How are you gonna do any of that stuff?
You can't do shit.
Drums, especially drums. That's like your hands and your legs.
Bro, I fucking love playing drums.
You still play?
Bro, I haven't played drums, man, in like 4 years, dude.
It's hard though.
But
Like, how do you
I
play
feel
drums in an
like-
apartment? Like, if,
I
for
don't
example,
know,
right?
But like, I honestly feel like the way I feel
Yeah.
is like if I just get on a drum set right now, I'll play exactly as I did like 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
That's like a true.
I just feel it. Like, I don't know. Because I always fucking air drum and shit. When I listen to music, I do mad air drumming.
Hey, well, music is all about feeling. So if you feel that way, you can do it.
air drummer for sure.
That's the best way. I mean, dude, don't get me wrong. When I'm walking around at my job or anything like that, I'm always moving my right hand.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm always like.
You're like fucking. What's this guy's name from Metalocalypse? The one that always has a guitar in the jacuzzi and
He's
shit.
doing that.
He's
I haven't
always
watched that show enough.
He's always like.
But I'm always thinking, dude, in my head, I'm always thinking of guitar solos. You know, I'm always humming things in my head because
sure.
the music, it can't like. I'm connected to it. If I take it wherever I go, I don't.
Yeah.
You know,
It's funny you
no
said
choice.
that, man, because just before I left work, I was smoking a joint, right, outside. And I'm looking at the tree in front of me, and I started realizing that I was focusing on the tree kind of like, I was like reading the tree kind of like if I was gonna like break it down to do a tattoo. Like, it's weird. Like if it was like the reference on the paper.
You know what they call it? Oh, sorry. Keep on, but I got something for you.
Nah, and fucking, yeah, I was just looking at it. I'm like, damn, like that would be like the darks, and that would be like the, yeah, I was fucking high as shit, but.
Dude, they call that the
but I
Tetris
felt
effect.
I felt it.
Yeah.
That's why I like smoking weed, dude.
Oh, it's the
dude, I feel like I'm in tune with everything.
it's the
With
perspective giver.
myself, with yourself, with everything, dude.
Dude, yeah, you know what's funny? Every time under that influence, you know, I always feel like I'm just another person in the room. Like even like outside of myself, I feel like, it gives me the it's like a little passageway to perspective. You know what I mean?
I'm a big perspective junkie. Oh shit,
Oh, the cat. National Geographic just showed up.
dude,
This guy cracks me up. He's a
it's like a fucking tiger.
he is actually. He really is. Look at his tail, dude. Look at his tail. He's like.
My girl is so allergic.
Ultra, please. You're allergic?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I did not know that. I'm sorry, love. Thank you. We're distracting the cat. This really is National Geographic. I wish. Anyway, yeah, we're talking about tattoos, man. We're talking about achieving skills, man, and working on your craft and kind of losing. What was the last thing we were talking about? Like meditative process and how we just kind of like you got to be a part of your craft.
Yeah.
Music for me. Music was like my true voice. That was what we were talking about earlier. Like to me, like when I draw things, I love portraits. Don't get me wrong, I love portraits. But
You like to let loose.
well, you know what? It's just portraits are something that exists in this world, right? And I brought this up maybe a couple of weeks ago, but it's like when you're a creator, right? No matter what even if you're like you build houses.
Yeah, whatever you do.
Yeah, if you're a creator, you're given what does God do? God creates stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's his thing. So, you're given just a fraction of that power, right? We're given the power to create. That's what we do. So, are we going to make things that people have seen already? You know, are we going to make humans with 5 fingers and 5 toes each, or are we going to make things that nobody has ever seen before? You know,
I completely feel that. I mean, honestly, I love realism and everything.
Same.
But I super got into realism because of how popular it is and how high in demand it is as tattoos right now, you know? Like, that's what made me fall in love with it. Just because, just like, fuck, dude. Like, I want to be up there, you know, with all the other fucking tattooers that do all this dope-ass realistic shit.
And they're beautiful. And it's a skill. It's a discipline.
You know,
It's a discipline. I mean, dude, Picasso did that. Picasso did really realistic stuff, and then he just broke off.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love that. But, like, my go-to shit is, like, super traditional Japanese or like super American traditional like shit that people are like, oh, that's too cartoony for me. I love that shit. That's what
foundation.
Dude, that's what tattoos are. Like back in the day, that wasn't a traditional tattoo.
Those are tattoos.
Yeah, that was a tattoo. You know what I'm saying?
And for anybody that doesn't know what a traditional tattoo is, think of any like Ed Hardy shirt you ever seen.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know.
Eagle and snake.
Yeah.
Fucking panther and dagger. Fucking rose with an anchor, a clipper ship, all that shit.
Yeah, because I mean,
sailors.
So I was about to say sailors, right?
My
sailors.
entire right sleeve is all fucking sailor shit.
Sweet,
yeah,
man.
I love old school tattoos. That's what I like to get personally on my skin.
Well, what's really cool is that, you know, I never thought about this until right now, but like, you know, it's funny the sailors are such a prominent thing in tattoo history.
Yeah.
When in reality, you know, the Polynesians and all these people have been doing tattoos for so long, these tribes, right? And imagine these sailors go to these islands and see these these things and get these tattoos, you know, which is probably a reason why the sailor tattoo is a big thing. It's a very I never thought about that before, but yeah.
Dude, honestly, man,
it's about traveling.
Sailors got tattooed because there was fucking nothing to do when you were at the base.
Really?
You can fucking look it up, dog. Like,
I would
they would just go fuck hookers and get tattooed and
that's why they invented
at a
condoms.
Bar. Dude,
condoms were for sailors.
That's literally what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything but that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it started turning into an art, you know.
Afterwards.
Once more different kind of eyes got into it, you know, people were like, oh, damn, this tattoo. Like me, you know, I would, dude, honestly, I would see when I was younger, I would see somebody walk by with like a fucking, you remember the barbed wire band around the arm?
Yes, I do.
Dude, back in the day, I would look at that shit. I'm like, damn, that shit is hard as a motherfucker. Like, I wish I had that shit across my forehead.
It's
dude.
classic. Oh, shit.
Yeah, just like, fuck you. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Damn, around the forehead would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, right?
Damn, barbed wire around the forehead?
Look crazy.
Like a Jesus crown, but barbed wire?
But it's funny, dude.
Anyway.
Like, I say that shit, but I would never tattoo someone's fucking... Like, I would if you're already super tattooed. Like, if you're as tattooed as I am, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll tattoo the fuck out of your forehead. But...
I was going to ask you about that. You made a post a long time ago about face tattoos when the SoundCloud rapper thing was really blowing up.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
Dude, I actually had a really bad encounter with, I guess you would say, a SoundCloud rapper. I mean, yeah, that's what he told me. He's like, yeah, I'm a rapper. My music's on SoundCloud. I was like, all right, so cool. So you're a SoundCloud rapper.
So
awesome. It's all good.
That's fine. Yeah. It's a category. It's a category.
I'm not knocking your hustle, dog.
No.
That's your platform. It's all good.
Be great at what you do. Yes.
But this nigga was just fucking stupid.
Uh-oh.
Like, he was just dumb, yo.
Uh-oh.
Like, I don't know, man. I had to fucking kick him out of the shop. I almost beat the fuck out of him because he was trying to take a fucking bump of coke on the fucking bench outside of the shop.
Come on,
dude. In my shop, bro. My shop is in fucking Miami Springs, dude. So, like the cops in Miami Springs live in Miami Springs. So these motherfuckers are like they're on their shit.
Yeah, don't be in the.
I tattoo almost all of them. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like
That's
I don't want to have
disrespectful,
that. No, yeah, dude, I almost beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
cool,
his
bro.
other little homeboy with the fucking little dreads and shit was like, yo, nah, bro, let's just get the fuck out of here. I was like, bro, get the fuck out of here, dog. Like, you're retarded, bro.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I already tattooed him. Like, I forgot what the fuck I did.
That's crazy.
Get cake, die young. And I hope he hears this shit. Fuck you. You're a fucking asshole. Can't believe you would do some fucking dumb shit like that.
Yeah, it's kind of rough,
That's
man.
why you're a fucking SoundCloud rapper.
Hey, man, you know, I feel you, man. That's a bad move. Bad move to make. You know what I mean?
Dude, who does that? Who the fuck just takes a bump of cocaine in the middle of... Dude, there's a Starbucks next to us.
Oh, no.
Like, there's people outside on their laptops and shit. Like, what the...
Becky's buying a latte next door.
You're wearing
dude.
checkered fucking girl pants.
Oh, no.
And a side bag. And your hair is in 2 pigtails. And you're gonna fucking snort cocaine outside of my shop, dude?
Oh, man. Well,
nah, bro. You gotta fucking get to stepping with that shit, bro.
I feel you, man. Hey, shout out to the homie. I hope you've,
Shout
figured it out by now.
fucking dork.
Hey, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna chalk it up to maybe, sometimes we're all young and goofy and we're just trying to figure it all out.
It's funny, but he wasn't even young. He was like almost my age, I guess.
Oh wow.
Okay. It's just
Damn.
stupid, bro. It is what it is, man.
All the benefits of doubt are getting dried up.
Yeah. It's a lost cause, dog.
So I imagine you deal with a bunch of goofy stuff when you do these tattoos, man. That's got to be kind of crazy because you're so like it's such a personal thing that I imagine a lot of people get like neurotic about it.
Oh.
Has anybody ever like brought up something like during a tattoo? Like, because the only reason why I ask these things is not to get the juicy gossip out.
Yeah.
But it's really to figure out how do you handle these situations because I'm sure people people that are learning and figuring it out now, like they're gonna bump into the situation one day.
Honestly, I've had the weirdest thing to me is when people cry. Like
because it hurts, or because like
sometimes
it's
because it hurts, and I'll understand that you're just kind of a baby. Because it doesn't really hurt that bad for you to cry. Trust me.
Like
boo-hoo
cry.
It hurts, dude. But at a point, it has a peak, But some people, they'll cry just because that's like their way of dealing with the pain. Like it doesn't necessarily hurt them, but they'll just like zone out and they'll just fucking start fucking all weird and shit. Yeah, dude, that shit is weird. Like I literally stop and be like, yo, I can't tattoo. You're fucking hyperventilating and shit.
That's
doing
crazy,
the fucking whatever dance move that is.
Yeah, because if that person, if something happens, like that's on your hands. That's not on your hands.
It's
but you know what
weird, dog. Yeah, some people do weird shit. Some people, I don't know. I tattooed an old lady one time. She was like, I think she was like 60 years old, bro.
That's amazing,
dude. And she comes in, she's super southern. She's like, oh, how you doing, boy? I want to get. And she shows me a picture of this black dude, and he's a stripper, and he's naked. He's holding his dick, and he's licking his hand.
Oh, no.
And she's like, I want this tattooed on my thigh. And I was like, wow.
Okay.
I'm so down. This is fucking insane. I can't believe you really want this. And then when I actually drew it out, she was like, no, I want the dick to be bigger. So I was like, okay. So I took advantage of that. And I made it abnormally big.
Should have wrapped it around his neck.
No, it was just fucking huge. Like he was holding it like a cannon.
Like gargantuan.
Yeah. Dude, I did like fucking cum dripping off the tip. Like
oh no.
Super detailed. Like yeah, I got into it, bro. I was like, dude,
was
at that point, dude, at that bro, I was tattooing for like 5 years at that point.
Wow, man.
And I swear, dude, I remember telling you, I was like, dude, I swear I would pay you to let me tattoo this on you. Like, this is awesome right now that I get to put this on my portfolio. Like, I'll get a job anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try really hard on this right now. Dude, I charged her like, I think I charged her like $100, dude.
Okay.
Super cheap. I
yeah.
did it big as fuck. And it's funny, dude, because after I finished, she loved it, right? And then she goes, oh, look, now it matches this one. And she has a huge, detailed ass dick with like little curly nut hairs and.
Wow.
This is like a 60-year-old black lady.
What the hell is she going through?
She's super nice, by the way. She's like somebody's grandma, dude.
That's amazing, dude.
And she's like, thank you so much. Like, this is exactly what I wanted. Like one of those moments that I was talking about with that. So just kind of think about how you process that. Like,
well, that's amazing,
this
man.
person is so happy that they have this, and you're here like, dude, What the fuck? I just tattooed a big ass dick with fucking cum dripping off of it.
I think
she's so happy.
I think I'm just absorbing all of this.
Yeah, dude, you could only do this if you're a tattooer. Straight up.
What I love about this is that, dude, you provide people with their guilty pleasures
all day.
That's fucking awesome.
Every day, books always closed, like, always dude, open. Sorry, yeah. Never closed.
Yes,
my bad.
Well, I mean, it's like, dude, like, so many people would love a box that you could scream into and say, you know, everything you feel, right? If everybody could have one, and you get to be that for a day, or you know, whatever the session is. That's amazing,
for sure.
Like that's awesome, dude. Like that's a heavy responsibility. You know what I mean? Soul says, "Dem boys, amazing story."
Who's that? Oh, Soul.
Yeah, shout out to Soul.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to Soul, dude.
That is an amazing story, by the way, man. And I can't even imagine what that is like because that's just. I just imagine, what is this woman like? Does this woman's family know about these tattoos? Man, maybe not.
No, dude. What are you talking about? Her son came in as soon as I finished it. Her son, because it was at the fucking flea market.
Oh.
So like, you know, their family's like walking around doing their shopping and shit, and I'm just tattooing, you know. So he comes in. He didn't even know about the other dick that she had here. So I'm wrapping this shit up. I already took a picture of everything. I'm literally putting the saran wrap, and he walks in and he's like. He doesn't see the one that I'm wrapping, but he sees her. He sees little balls hanging off her fucking dress, and he's like, "Mama, what the fuck?" And he lifts it like this, and it's a fat ass dick with balls and shit. And he's like, "Oh hell no, this bitch gone crazy," and he just walks away. And she's like, "Nah, don't worry, don't listen to him. You know he's good." Like some shit like that. She said.
Thanksgiving dinner that year was.
She was super happy, bro. At the end of the day, she's the one that paid me. She's the one that let me work on her skin. Trusted me to tattoo a huge fucking dick on her. Fucking shout out to her, dog. Straight up. She's a real fucking MVP.
To be honest, that's one of the best stories I've ever heard in my life because that's a prime example of people. That's what tattooing is all about, man.
Bro, yes.
You know what I mean? It really is, man. Even people back in the day that were getting these, you know, like a heart with a dagger through it.
There's a reason why there's a fucking dagger going through that heart, dude, for sure.
You know what I mean? There people were really trying to get out. Yeah, they were trying to get out these things and these, not even demons, but they're just, some people aren't, how do I say this, man? Some people are not so interested in getting rid of their demons. They're more interested in making a home for them. You know what I mean?
Embracing it,
and turning it into something else.
Look, man, I have a tattoo across my chest. It's probably one of my most meaningful tattoos besides the one on my hands. And it says, by angels protected, by demons respected. And I remember... I heard that one time. I think I heard that like in a song, bro, or some shit like that. And it just hit me. I was like, dude, that's such a good fucking... Like, I feel like that's such a good way to describe, like, life. Myself.
Yeah, and
myself going through everything. Like, I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know, one of those little corny moments that you're like, damn, that would be a dope-ass tattoo.
No.
Yeah. And then
well, you connected with it. You connected with it, man.
For sure, man.
That's what we do, man. And what I love about what you do, man, and what I love about art and creation and all the stuff that we've been talking about is that, man, we constantly chase feelings and we constantly chase emotions and making people feel something, you know? What I used to do with the art, and like earlier I said the wow feeling was so cool. I get that with the show now, you know? Like when I get to have people come over and you know, we have a good time, or if they see the show or they think it's cool, I get this like, oh wow, that's really cool. Yeah. You know, like that. I love that feeling. And for
sure, bro. And yeah, I for sure know that you get when you tell people, oh, yeah, I have a little fucking podcast and shit. They're like, damn, that's dope, dude. Because people, you know, like, you think about it, like, people that have no idea how to be creative, because there's people like that they have no idea how to be creative. They just know how to work. They just know how to follow things by the books. Like, they look at somebody that does a little chalk drawing on the sidewalk and they'll be like, damn, that's fucking amazing.
How did you do this?
Yeah, and the guy's just like, yo, I just need $1 so I can get on the bus. You feel me? Like, but true. It's like, you know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm really big on perspectives, bro. I feel like that's
everything.
That's the key right there. Perspectives, bro. You can solve so many issues with a perspective.
You're completely right though. And even with the grandma that got these crazy tattoos, you know, you did put it in perspective because you know what? She was having the time of her life, dude. Didn't matter what the hell was going on. She was living her life.
Every time she looks at that tattoo, besides whatever she's going to feel when she looks at it, she's going to always remember me. She's never going to forget that moment, you know? So I feel like that's cool. I mean, I'm never going to forget it. Look at I'm talking about it on it right now on a fucking podcast.
Well, you know what's funny? So. You know, maybe we could you know, kind of semi close out with this one.
Soul's like, laugh my ass off, amazing story.
Yeah. You know,
fuck
man.
yeah.
Soul got some cool tattoos. He got, I think he has is it him that has the Legend of Zelda, or is that Rodrigo?
Rodrigo, I think Rodrigo has the little hearts. Yeah, I think that's Rodrigo.
I think Soul might have like something else.
He probably has it too. It's pretty. I've seen it on a couple people. I've done it a couple times too, in different ways. Not the same, but I've done it in different ways. Yeah.
I think it's an amazing idea. And it's a great way to pay homage to the, you know.
Dude, I'm always down for like comic book related tattoos. I love that shit.
Oh, that's got to be fun to do, man.
Dude, anything that has to do with like solid colors and like bold lines. Like, I like tattoos that look like stickers, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I like shit that like catches your eye, you know.
I mean, comic book art and tattoo art is like hand in hand.
Perfect.
Like, they're made for each other. Line
work. And it settles so well with the skin because it's mainly just like solid, bold colors, you know. So
you know what I love?
It just heals really well.
I love seeing comic book pages like uninked or like uncolored or whatever.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, dope.
Like just the ink, so you can see the line quality and you can see like the thickness and how like.
Yeah, the actual illustration.
He says he has human on his chest. That's the tattoo I was thinking about.
Oh yeah, and it's so like it's written like if it was like the time on a
digital clock.
Yeah.
Yes. Great tattoo, man.
Damn, dog.
Iconic.
Look at you, tatted the fuck up, bro.
Lewis did it actually. Hey. What's the Wiz song?
Oh, Lewis. Damn, dude. Fucking Lewis, man. Hey. Does he still tattoo? I wonder if he still tattoos.
I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. But, you know, something that I was thinking about earlier, you know, that we could kind of close out with is that you said that the lady, you know, this lady, she'll never forget you, you know? And one of the coolest things to me, man, I love how there's always a give and take between us and the planet Earth, right? And life. We give or we take, right?
Definitely.
And what's really cool is that when you tattoo these people, man, and these people pass away eventually, right? They'll eventually get buried into the ground or whatever's going to happen, and then they get absorbed back into this earth, and then they get put back out. And this is constant rotation.
That little transfer of energy.
It's that transfer of energy. It's that circle of life.
For sure.
You know, and you're a part of that, man.
Definitely.
Like, you've made a home for yourself in that. Like, you.
That's a really good fucking perspective, actually. That's dope.
You're part of their circle of life, brother. And it's an amazing thing, man. These like, they will fade into this earth with your work.
That's sick. I fuck
it's beautiful. So your work is in this planet, dude. Like, it's
dope.
Super cool, man.
I'm fucking.
Cheers to you, man.
Part of it.
Cheers to you, brother.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much, man.
Dude.
Appreciate you, man.
Fucking beautiful words.
Thank you, man. Well, this is your first podcast, by the way? You ever done anything like that before?
I've never been interviewed, only by the police.
Oh yeah, you told me. Well, what do you think about it? What do you think about it? You had a good time today? Cool.
Honestly, I don't even feel like I'm being interviewed. I feel like we're just hanging out. Talking.
It's not, you know, people call them interviews, and I feel you because, you know, sometimes it's hard to find the words to say what you feel.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know.
It's never like that to me.
I don't feel interrogated. You know?
We're not. Nah, we're chilling, bro. We're having a good time, man. And that's the whole point of the show.
Just letting it go wherever it wants to go.
We get to have fun, and guess what? Creation just happens along the process, dude. Like, to me, like, I never practiced a guitar in the day of my life. I just played it, you know? I've never thought about it. If I thought of it as practice, I would never.
That's how I felt about drawing.
You just do it.
When I first started drawing, I was like, dude, I don't know. Like, people would be like, yo, how can you just sketch out like a fucking... Like, because sometimes I would tell people, like, damn, I can't really describe it. Hold on. I'll get a paper and I'll draw it. And they'll be like, yo, what the fuck? How the fuck did you draw it? I'm like, I don't know, dude. Honestly, I see it, so I'm just, like, telling you how it
Yeah, because that's your mouth. That's how you would describe it.
Yeah, dude, that's the best way to put it. That would actually be a pretty cool tattoo.
Oh, shit. The third eye, but it's a lips.
Mouth, like, the top of your head is just a mouth and shit.
Oh, shit. Oh, man, like...
And, like, a tongue brain.
Holy shit, that'd be
like
so
a brain
cool,
tongue or some shit.
Oh, man. With, like, the texture, like the curly texture. I've eaten cow brains before.
Really?
Very interesting.
Supposedly, like, if your brain is super wrinkled, that means that, like, you're super sad.
Really?
Yeah, and then, like, if your brain is smoother, like, it doesn't have so many wrinkles and shit, it means you...
Wow.
Yeah, like, you think more positively.
I saw, like, a meme about that the other day, but I thought it was just, like, a joke for a joke. I didn't know that it's actually... Because I saw, like,
honestly,
it was, like, happy and sad.
I might just be going off of that.
Oh! Because that's what I saw.
Yeah,
it was, like,
so
super smooth on, like, one side. And I was like, oh, wow.
No. But G shit, dude, I have heard about, like, something that has to do with the wrinkles in your head. That does have to do with the way that you think.
I got
some shit
wrinkles.
Like that.
I got a bad habit. I always have my eyebrows up, so I'm always, like, my forehead is wrinkly as hell.
No, I mean your actual brain.
Oh, your brain. I thought you meant your forehead.
No, like your actual brain. You know, it has like these little wrinkle-looking things.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like supposedly, like I don't know. That's how I.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I read.
It can make sense to me. You know,
it could be fucking bullshit, dude.
The day that I found out that humans have electricity running through us, even if it's a small amount, I was always like, wow. You know,
dude, honestly,
like, there's more things.
Honestly, dude, I was skeptical that we even really had brains. Like that's just the kind of person I am.
I feel
Until I watched the fucking autopsy on YouTube.
Oh, and they just open the shit.
Yo, yeah, dude. I got into a dark part of YouTube and I just started watching fucking like they're actual like science class videos. And it's like it's like a guy in India fucking cutting a fucking head open.
The brain.
Dude, he fucking peeled the face. He peeled his forehead over the guy's face and shit. Like, yeah.
He peeled his forehead over his face.
Yeah, so you could see like where the cut on the yeah, it was fucking gnarly. I was fucking high as fuck. She was dying. She was like, "What the fuck are we watching?" I'm like, "I don't know, dude. I'm high as fuck right now. It's awesome."
Episode.
There's so much reference here.
Oh man. Soul says, "Got to get one from Mike soon." Cheers. Cheers to you, man. Thank you, dude.
Hell yeah.
Cheers. Dude. Man, episode 103 of Shut Up, Let's Talk, man. It's been a great time tonight, brother. Thank you so much for coming by today, brother.
Thank you so much for having me, bro. I appreciate
you. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. It's been a great one. Dude, time already flew, man. We're already like an hour and a half into it.
Yeah.
This was an amazing one, man.
I love it, bro.
Thank you so much
for coming. It was so natural.
By, what's the future for I.Just.Make.Art, man?
I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, so I have no fucking idea. But what I can promise is that I'm always going to be doing what I do.
Always
to the day I die.
Expect the quality. Expect the same quality. Sure. Yeah, man. That's the best way to look at it. You can't tell the future, but you know you're going to work.
Yeah, all day.
And that's the best way to look at it,
man. Till the wheels fall off, man.
Shit. Cheers to you, my brother. Thank you for everything, man. I'm glad. And, you know, this is some side note. Super happy to see where you come in life, man.
Thanks, bro.
You got me motivated to do
likewise, dude.
Yeah, man.
Shit, man.
It's a beautiful thing, man. So I'm going to cheers to you.
Oh,
cheers to you one more time before we get out of here. Thank you so much, man. So if the people want to follow you on the social media, man, where can they catch you?
At I.Just.Make.Art with dots in between each word.
Coolest name ever. You know, it's just a very simple way to get across your point.
I mean, that's literally just what it is. Yeah. I just make art.
Exactly. In all forms. In all forms.
In every way possible.
Absolutely, man. If you guys want to follow me, it's at Alex Archain. If you guys want to follow the show, it's at Shut Up Let's Talk all over the interweb, the webosphere, the globus, whatever. Google it, guys. We will see you. Thank you, man. Jesus Christ. Woo! Thank you, everybody in the chat, for hanging out tonight. We will catch you on the flip side. Love, peace, chicken grease. Look both ways before you cross the street. Peace.